Dear Faiz, we can start. Faiz, we can start now.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to all the participants to another enriching session of our 1 week international workshop on Python essentials for artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science. Having established a strong foundation in Python programming and core data structures, today we take a significant step into the world of data analysis with NumPy and Pandas, two of the most powerful and widely used libraries in data science, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. Today's session will cover NumPy arrays, indexing, slicing, reshaping, broadcasting, mathematical operations, random number generation, Panda series, and data frames, reading CSV and Excel files, data cleaning, missing values, filtering, group by, and aggregation. To reinforce these concepts, we will also work through hands-on analysis of the IRIS dataset, sales dataset, and student datasets, giving you practical experience with the real-world data. Data analysis is at the heart of every AI field and project. Before building intelligent models, data must be collected, cleaned, explored, and transformed into meaningful information. The techniques you will learn will equip you with skills to analyze structured data sets efficiently and extract valuable insights that drive informed decision making. I encourage everyone to actively participate, code along with the demonstrations, and make the most of the hands-on exercises. Practical experience with real data sets is one of the best ways to strengthen your analytical thinking and develop confidence in working with data. It is now my pleasure to welcome our esteemed mentor and speaker, Dr. Meher Chand, whose expertise in artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, and Python programming continues to inspire learners through his practical, industry-oriented approach. With great pleasure, I invite Dr. Meher Chand to kindly lead us into today's session. Over to you, sir.
Thanks, dear Faiz, for the nice introduction. And dear participant, welcome back to our third day of the workshop. And I hope that you are doing well. The content which I am providing you are helping you. Okay. So still, if you have any question, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, I will keep continue. So if you have any question, please. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. So during the session, if anyone have any question, please feel free to ask. Okay. So today, one participant asking how to use this Anaconda. Okay. So when you are opening Anaconda from this place, this is the interface of Anaconda Navigator, and from this place you can launch the Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so when you will launch this Jupyter Notebook, you will switch to at this place directly. Okay, so you will add this place localhost 8888. Okay, and this page will open. This page will open where you can see several folders are there. Okay, and you can create your directory. Just like you can see, I have created one directory and where all the content are there. Okay, Python for data science. Just like I have created the directory. How you can do? Just from this place you can take new folder. Okay, so when you will take new folder, you can give any name. Okay, I put the name workshop on Python. Okay, so this automatically will create a directory. After that, you can create any file, you can upload the file if you want to upload the file which I am sharing with you. So after downloading, you will click here and you will choose the file, just like this file I want to upload. any file, just like I can take this example. Okay, the file is in my current directory. If you want to upload any other file, just like I have this one, chapter 1. Okay, and just you are required to click on it, the file will open. Okay, so right now what we are going to cover here, I have this file first. This is the chapter number 4, functions and modules in the Python. Okay, we are not required to discuss more detail in about the module, but functions we are required to discuss here, which are very essential. So all the content which we are required to present here, I have prepared the file so that in the minimum time I can present maximum content. Okay, because this is only the 7 days, and within 7 days it's very hard to present all the content if we covering Python for data science. Okay, so the core Python concept are essential. Then how we can use the functions and how we can create the functions in the Python if we need. Okay, so quite easy. Just you are required to follow the instructions. First, I required to make toggle zone. Yes. So actually, what is function? And simply, when we have the function, we have some association with the variables. Okay, some are independent, some are dependent. So how these two variables are associated? Dependent variable will be one, and independent variable can be more than one. Okay, and also we can have the different outputs depend upon how we function are required to define here. So a function is named the block of the code designed to perform a specific task. Function allows you to break your program into the smaller modular pieces, improving the readability, reusability, and debugging. Okay, so here are the some key types of the functions in the Python. So there are various type of the inbuilt function which we can use directly. Just like you can see, some of them we have used already: print, length, type, maximum value, sum, minimum value, mean, median, mode, and so on. So there are various inbuilt functions which we can directly use them. Okay, so here we have the example. This is the string data type we have already discussed. Okay, so when I will use here length function, okay, this one, so this will count all the element. See, control enter. Okay, there are 10 characters are there. If I take here space, space is also one type of the character. Now you can see these are 11 including space, this one. Okay, similarly, if you have the string, you have the list. Okay, so this is the list of 10 element you can see. And if you are using the len function, so you can see here we have 10 element. Maximum function is used here to get the highest number. Okay, maximum value. Similarly, we can have the minimum value. Okay, min. If you are using minimum, min. Okay, so this will return minimum value. That is one. Okay, so s is the sum of the x. If you want to find out the sum of all these values, so we have sum function, and this sum will be stored inside s. Then we are using here print s, and here is the formula mean without using the inbuilt function. Okay, so mean will be equal to sum of x upon length of x. Okay, so this will compute the mean, and you can see when I will execute, the sum of all the element we have is 555, and mean of this value is 5.5. This is the mean. Okay, then the other type of the variable is user defined. If the function which you want to use not exist in Python, then what you will do, we can create our own function, and very simple. Okay, here I present one example. This is the syntax, how you can write. Okay, so you can see this is the syntax. Definition, this is the function name. Here we will have the input argument, then use your colon sign. This is the code block. Here you will write the code what you want to compute, and you will store in one variable and then return a result. So the code which you will write here on the basis what are your results, and to print these results we have to use return. So in Python this is the syntax to write any function. Okay, see the example. See the example number 1. Suppose that we want to find out the square of any number. Okay, we want to write a function for square. So we will start from definition. This is the name of the function. This is the one variable. Okay, a result. Result is the output which you need. So this is x square. X product, x means x square, or either you can use in this way. Both have same meaning. Okay, so this is the code block, and then return. What return? This value. Okay, so this will print the. So these are 3 lines only to write a user defined function. Okay, now we can use once you will write the program. After that you can apply for various type of the operation anywhere. Just like if you want to calculate the square of 2. Okay, control and enter. If you want to calculate the square of any number, 45, 245, very large number. Okay, if you will take here 45.23. Okay, so in this way once you will write the program, we can use and we can perform various type of the operations after writing once. Okay, similarly we can have one more interesting function here, uh, greeting function. If you want to greet anyone. Okay, so here the way syntax will be remain same. Okay, so definition, this is the greet. Name, we have to put the name at the place. Okay, return, so this is the result. Okay, you can write the result this value directly here also. Okay, just like I comment this part and copy this one, paste here. So it has same meaning, no difference. Control and enter, returning the same value. If I take here 5, okay, so when we have some long statement we can break and you can call at this place. So there is no difference how you are using the code. Okay, control and Z. Okay, so here we have hello. This is the string I use here, then space plus name. Okay, this name will, which one we are entering from this place will be called at the place. Then plus this is the other string. So here before the name and after the name we have a string, and the name itself is also a string. So we want to combine these 3 string at the base. Okay, see, uh, I am entering here my name. Okay, control and enter. Hello Meherchand, how are you? Okay, so in this way we can convey this message, we can greet. So you when you will put any name at the place, I use here allies. Then similarly you can write the function just like mathematical operations, add a and b. Okay, so here you can have this function. So you are required 2 input argument. Okay, and when I will execute, Got it? If you have like in this way, and here I am using square. So this is the sum of the square of the sum. Okay. If you are taking here 3, got the idea? So you can make complex as your desire. According to your need, you can make it more complex. Okay, and see here, add the sequence number. Just like we have the natural number from 1 to 100, and why we want to get the sum of all these number. How we can write the program? Very simple. This is the name, add sequence. N is some number. Okay. So we will initialize by using total is equal to 0. This is the initial and will not affect our calculation. So when you have summation or you want to add, in that case always initialize with 0. If you have factorial or product, always start by initializing value 1. Okay, so here for I in the range we are taking from 1 to n plus 1. Okay, suppose that n is equal to 100, then this will goes up to 1 to 101, but actually the values will be 100, one less. Okay, and in total we are taking this function. You can see this will always add. Okay, the meaning of this one will be if total is 0, then total plus equal I, meaning is that total will be equal to total plus I. Okay, so the values will vary from this range up to 100. If I will choose here 100, okay, then this will compute the entire total and this will return. So yesterday we talked about what is the meaning of this operation, and today we have the application. Suppose that I want to calculate it up to 10. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 5 plus 5 up to 10, the value will be 55. If you want to calculate 100, the value will be 5050. If you want to calculate increase 10 more, okay, then if you take 10 more, you can take any range as desired. If I take 5, so 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, 15. Okay, so once you will write the program, you can get according to your input. Similarly, we can have the multiplication function. Very simple. Here is the multiply AB. Okay, so this is the return. You can enter any two value. If I have 13 and 22, got the idea? So all these are the examples of a user defined function. Okay, now lambda is very useful. Lambda function, and in other languages, just like if anyone is using MATLAB, there is anonymous function. Okay, that is defined only in single line. Whenever we need, we can write anywhere and we can use it. See this example, how we can use it. So here we have lambda. By using lambda, we are taking two variable x comma y. Okay, so here we apply here some operation, x square plus y square plus 2xy. Okay, so actually this was the function like for this one, x plus y only, because the function is addition. Okay, so this will return 8. The inputs are 5 and 3. If you are taking 15 and 23, C. Okay, if you want to make it more complex, by taking x square, or you can write in this way. Okay, so according to your need, you can extend this function, or you can make more complex. Okay, you can add some just like a trigonometric functions or exponential function, any type of function which you need. Okay, so this is the use of lambda. Here is x square. By using lambda, we are getting here x square. Okay, so the function will be stored at the place this one. So this is the function name, and this name we are using here. See the syntax. This is the function name, and here we are using the function name only. This is not required. Only the function name is enough. Okay, square 5. So this will return the same value. Okay, if you are using here 25, 6 to 5. Here also we have with the multiple argument, just like if you want to extend a b c, you can take more argument, and you have different type of the operation according to your need we can do. And here is use with map function. Use with map function. How we can use it, and what are the importance of this map function. Suppose that we have one array, now list of the numbers 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, these are the numbers of list, and we want to develop the list after mapping the function but using lambda. See, this is our main function. What we are doing here, lambda x is the variable and x square, but the values, what are the values of x? See, names, numbers. Okay, the numbers which we store here. So all these numbers we are using to pass for this function with the help of mapping. Okay, so all the numbers, these are the values of x. So this will be simultaneously mapping with 1 2 3 4 5 and so on for this value. Okay, and computed this value. Okay, and store as a list. This will return as a list. So here we have the square. So I will use here 2. Okay, so when I will apply this operation, so this will do square of each number. Very simple. Okay, you can take here 3, cube of each number in the list. You can take here any power, any value, according to your choice. Got the idea how you can use map function? Simple. Use with filter. How? These are the some numbers are there. Okay, even if you want to get only the even number. Okay, so I add here some odd numbers also. See, lambda x, this is the lambda function, x modulus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, if this condition is satisfied, then we can say the numbers are even. When you will divide by 2 and remainder is 0. Okay, but we are checking this list. This list is very small. Okay, sometimes we have very long list containing 1000, 2000, 50,000 numbers, and we want to get how many are even or any specific condition, just like divided by 5, divided by 9, and divided by 12, and so on. We can apply the condition by using this one. So this is helping us. No, mapping is necessary. Mapping is necessary. Okay, so here we are using filter. Okay, we are filtering from here. Okay, so For mapping means we are using all the numbers, but here we are using filter. Okay, so some of them will be there. Okay, so only the even number will return. Control and enter. Okay, if you are not using map, someone is asking without map. See, okay, you have the same values. Okay, but when you will use map function, actually we need to pass here each element one by one. Okay, this can possible with the help of map, or the other way we can use just like for loop. For loop also applicable. You can see here factorial, recursive functions are there. Okay, just like factorial, one of the example of recursive function. Okay, so how we can write to the factorial function? What is the meaning of factorial? What is the meaning of factorial? Factorial 5 is equal to 5 product 4 product 3 product 2 product 1. Okay, so if n is equal to 1, if the value which you will enter at the place is 1, then return 1. Okay, otherwise return n product factorial n minus 1. Okay, so automatically what happen when the value suppose that we have 5 factorial, so it will start from 1. Okay, factorial 1 is computed here. Okay, so this will take 2, next value is 2, so here 2 and factorial 1. Okay, so this will calculate the value of factorial 2. Then when we have the n equal to 3 and factorial 2 we have already computed here. Okay, this is the 3 into factorial 2, and so on. This will calculate all the values up to 5 factorial. So if you are using here 5 factorial 120, you can use any value. We can start from 1. If you will check the factorial 1 is 1, factorial 2 is 2, factorial 3 is 6, factorial 4 is, and factorial 5 is, and you can use any number of the factorial. Okay, then we can have one more example, generator function. Okay, function that use the eld keyword to return the iterator, just like you can see here, definition count up to n. Okay, if you are taking I equal to 4, while I is less than or equal to n, eld I and I plus equal to 1, you know about this one. Okay, and for sum in count up to 10 and print num. Okay, so actually you can see now starting from I equal to 4, okay, and up to 10. If you will start from 1, count up to, okay, so you have to assign the value from which place you want to start count. So when you will enter the n, so I while, you know the while loop. Okay, so this will do until this value met. Okay, and eld I, and this is the operation. Okay, and this is the for loop which we apply to return the values values from this count function. Okay, so we have to pass the values in the count function. You can see. Okay, this will return, and this is the for loop. Okay, and you can see you can start from any value. The value of I you have to assign. Okay, so here we can have some higher order function. You can, this is for you, these are for you. Okay, you will try yourself this example, very simple, but if you will see carefully, shout. Okay, text dot upper, so text will be in uppercase, and when you will this one whisper, return text lower. Okay, and greet. Okay, definition greet function, hello world. See, when you will use here greet shout. Okay, so this function will pass here. Okay, and second whisper, this one will pass through here. Okay, and return hello world. So what this will do, control and enter. So say this one is used for upper, so all the text will be in uppercase. See, when you will use this function, and this will do text dot lower, all the characters will be in lowercase. Okay, so here H and W are in uppercase, so all the characters you can see here are in lowercase. Okay, similarly you can return the function, functional function. These are the examples of functional function, so you should try yourself. Okay, so you can skip this part, not required for you. Okay, so if you are Python developer, then this module is important, but we are not a Python developer, and not required for us. We can skip this part. If anyone is interested, you can go through this one, but this will create a problem for you. Okay, so if you want to install any library, sometimes if you are required to install any library, you can use pip install numpy. This is the library numpy. Put the name at the place. NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, Plotly. So these are the name of the libraries. You can put here name of the library, and when you will execute, control and enter. Control and enter. So here the message is requirement already satisfied. It means NumPy library already exists in our system. Okay, if not, then this will install. But as in the beginning I told you that all the basic libraries which are essential for our computing, for data science, data analytics, machine learning model, so all type of the basic libraries are there. We are not required to install any library, that's why we are using directly them. Okay, if you will execute this last one, pip list, so you will see that all the packages, libraries which are exist in your system along with this Anaconda, and their versions are there. These are the version of each one. Okay, so when you will scroll down, IJKN, IJKNM, then N. Okay, NumPy, you can see NumPy, Pandas, Pandas, you can see here Pandas, Plotly. Okay, so here So all these libraries are there. Okay, you can see here Plotly is there. Yeah, this one Plotly. Then we can have SciPy, SimPy. Okay, you can find here SimPy. Seaborn is there, SciPy is there. Okay, scikit-learn, scikit-image. So these libraries are required for machine learning models. Okay, all the machine learning models are exist in this library. Okay, so all type of the libraries and modules which are exist right now for Python, you can easily access by using this statement pip list. This will automatically provide you the list of all the packages and the modules which are exist in your system. Okay, so this is all about the functions. Okay, now I need to discuss about the next one is, yeah, NumPy, very important for numerical computing. Okay, so NumPy is simply used for numerical computing. Okay, and if you will see, num means numbers and pi means Python, numerical Python. Okay, is the fundamental package for the scientific computing in the Python, provides high performance multidimensional array object and tools for working with these arrays. And this include libraries such as Python libraries such as Panda, SciPy, scikit-learn are built on the basis of NumPy. This is the foundation of all the other libraries, which are highly useful. And the document will introduce the core concept of NumPy, including its arrays, data type, and basic operations. Okay, so why NumPy is used? I can skip this part. You can easily go through this literature. Okay, so here I can skip this one also because NumPy is there. So by using the NumPy, what we can do? We can create manipulation NumPy arrays are the core data structure of the NumPy library, offering fast, memory efficient storage and operations on the large data set. So the libraries which are exist for Python, actually the main purpose is to optimize computing more efficient, okay, for large data set. So as we are using NumPy or Matplotlib, Seaborn separately, so when we will use all these using very less space of RAM, okay, and return highly and efficiently outputs. So here the main purpose is how you can use these library. Okay, so understand this NumPy because all the operations which we are discussing, which we are covering here in the NumPy are very useful when you have the large data set. Okay, in the today or in the coming session, we will cover that one also. Okay, so here how we can create the one-dimensional array, two-dimensional array, then we have some operations, how you can create the matrices, etc. So by using all these we can do. See here, first we are required to import library. So any library which you want to import for your purpose, for your use, you will use the statement import, then put the name of the library. Okay, so for the NumPy, we will use here NP. NP is the abbreviation for NumPy. Import NumPy is NP. So this is the way how we can use the, first we are required to import the tool, then we give the nickname, abbreviation for that particular tool. Okay, so in the case of NumPy, we will use only NP. Okay, so the NumPy library is imported here. Then by using this library, we are creating here one-dimensional array, np.array. Then in the parenthesis, you will put list. Okay, this is one list containing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 digit, and this will store inside A. A is variable, and here we print one dimensional array. This is the string, many times we have used in the previous session, and now I think you are familiar about this, and you will pass this variable here A, where this information we have stored. Okay, so when you will execute, comment this statement. Okay, so this is one dimensional array. Similarly, we can have two dimensional array, and in the two dimensional array we have, this is the same thing. Okay, so two dimensional array means matrices. Okay, so this is the left side of the matrix and this is the right side of the matrix. Okay, this is the first row, then comma, this is the second row, then comma, this is the third row. Okay, list of list. Okay, this is the first list, second list, and third list. Okay, and this bracket we are using for list. So this is the list of lists. Okay, so 2D array /n. /n means in the next line. /n we are using for next line. Okay, and when you will execute, control and enter. So this is the two-dimensional array. You can see first row, second row, third row, and first column, second column, third column, fourth column, five column. Okay, got the idea? Now there are some inbuilt functions. Okay, just like sometimes we need zero matrix, we need one matrix, we need to require this some generation, or by default any kind of matrices. Okay, identity matrix, we can have some operations. So all these which we are covering in this file are very, very essential. So without any loss of time and covering all the content, I execute the entire sheet by using this sign. Okay, so this will save my time. Yes. Okay, so see now one by one. Here we are using np dot zeros. So here we are using 5 rows and 4 column, and you can see all the elements are zeros because of this zeros function. np dot zeros, in this way you have to use, and you will see in all the examples, first we are using np because, and on by using np means numpy. We are creating all these operations, we are developing some arrays, one dimensional, two dimensional, then some specific functions are there. So np then dot. Okay, so see here np dot zeros. So this is the size, this is the size 5 comma 4. So this will generate 5 by 4 order 0 matrix, and here is arrays of ones. This is the size, and here is the function name np dot ones. So this will generate 3 by 5 order ones matrix. Okay, here we are using np dot arrange, range of the numbers we are given here 0 to 10. Okay, and this is the step size, this is the step size. Okay, so you can see here 0, 0.5, then 1.5, 2.5, and so on. Okay, up to 9.5. Okay, so 0 to 10, 1 less from actually when you will add 0.5, then it will become greater than 10. Okay, so you can execute. This is the range for this one. If you will use here 1. Okay, so here the step size is 1, but if you will use here 0.5. Okay, one digit will be less. Okay, you can use here 0.1. Okay, got the idea how we can use it? Okay, so this is the range of the number. We are arranging this range 0 to 10, and step size we are taking 0.1. Line space is also again a very linearly spaced element by using line space. Okay, 0 to 1, this is the interval, and 10 are the points. Okay, you can see here. If you are taking 5, okay, if you are taking 10, so the importance of line space is when you want to plot any function, just like a sine trigonometric function, you can take you can choose sine function. Okay, so x will be the line space, y will be the trigonometric function, and on the basis of x we need to compute the value of y by using this line space. Okay, so that the length of x vector and y vector must be equal, only then we will be able to plot the graph. Okay, so the length of both the vector must be equal. So line space will help you to generate equal values of both the vectors. Array manipulation, here you can see x is np dot arrange 8. Okay, so reshape 8 by 1. Okay, so if you are using a 2, if you are using 2, not possible. Okay, only for 1 we have possible. Okay, so you can see here. Or if 2 by 3, 2 by 3, reshape to 2 by 3, is it possible? I am trying 2, and here is 3. No, because size here is 8. Size is 8. So you can use here 4. Okay. So here we have 8 element. For that, we should be pair multiplication equal to 8. You can use 1 and 8 here. You can have 4 and 2. Okay, so we need 2 by 4, 2 by 3. 2 by 3 not possible, 2 by 4 is possible. 2 by 4. So when you will get this file, you will not confuse. Okay, so here is also we have example flatten. What is the meaning of flatten? You can see here are, this is the first row and this is the second row, and here we reshape. We can exempt this reshape. You can directly use the flatten function. So x underscore reshaped, the same element will be there. Okay, so because this is 2 by 2 and this is also 2 by 2, so flatten function will make it in the single row. So this is the original. Okay, and this is also the same. You can see the original value, original matrix, by using the reshape. But when you will use the flatten, you can see all these elements are in the single row. Okay, in the single row you can convert by using flatten. Okay, here is also, you can see one more example.
Sir, you are not audible.
Okay, thank you. So, hello.
Yes, sir, now it is okay.
Okay, now I am fine.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, so the examples are quite simple. I think you can easily use them. Okay, just you are required to understand the syntax which we are using for different type of the operations which are available, and we can easily apply. So when you will apply this operation b dot shape, this will return the size. Okay, and n dimension, number of dimensions. Okay, you can see 2, and data type integer, and total number of the element. If you are using here b dot size, b dot size means how many numbers are there. Okay, so this is the two-dimensional data. Okay, and rows and columns are there. So by using these small functions which are available in NumPy, we can use them. Okay, and here we have some interesting mathematical operations in NumPy. So frequently we will discuss all these. So element-wise arithmetic operations are there. So when we will discuss about the element-wise operations, so addition and subtraction, we don't have any doubt. But in the case of multiplication, okay, so here you can see for the addition, we have these values, addition of this array and this array. So when you will subtract a minus b, then from this place, this array will be subtracted. 1 minus 4, we have minus 3, 2 minus 5, minus 3, 3 minus 6, minus 3. Okay. So when you will do a product b, this is element wise multiplication. 4 by 1, 2 by 5, 3 by 6. Okay. These are the values. And this is the element wise division. Okay. First element will be divided by second. First element from the second row. 2 by 5, 3 by 6 in this way. Okay. And in the last we have a square. So all the element will be squared by using this one exponential. Okay, from array. So this is the beauty of NumPy, because in the previous when we have the only list, so we have to do all these things in a different way. But when we have the NumPy, we can directly apply the operation in one-dimensional array or two-dimensional array. Okay, very simple to use. So here you can see these are the operations which we apply here. Okay, and we have some universal functions which are inbuilt, just like square root, exponential, log function, sine function, cosine function. We can compute all these values. Just like you can see here, this is the x array, and we wanted to take square root of all these values. np.sqrt. Sqrt is used for square root. Okay, and we pass this variable through this one, and this will automatically take the square root of all these values. You can see this is the square root of all these values. If you want to take the exponential, np.exponential. Okay, see the syntax how we are extracting these functions from NumPy. You will have the SymPy also, okay, which we will cover in the next file. So easily you can apply all these operations, and when you will execute this file, so the output you can see these are the values of exponential with respect to this array, and then we have the logarithm values for the same array. These are the sine values for the same array, and these are the cosine values of the x array. Okay, quite simple. So this is the aggregate function, just like static. Sometimes we are required to have the sum, mean, median, STD, maximum value, minimum value. These are some aggregate functions. Okay, so this is, you can see here, two-dimensional array, right? Sum data, np.sum. So this will compute the sum of all the element, total sum. You can see this is the 21. Mean of all the values.
3.5. Median of all the values. Okay. That is 3.5. Standard deviation of all the values. STD. Then maximum value from entire data, minimum value of the entire data. And all the functions which you can see are very simple to use and simple to remember. Okay. And when you have the large data set, all these functions which we are discussing now will be helpful in the coming sessions for large data set. Okay. So once we are using for small data set, and the same we will use for large data set. C axis based operation, very important. Okay. Why? We have np.array. This is the two-dimensional. And print data, this is the original data set will print here. If you want to get the sum row wise sum, the sum of this element plus sum of this element, this is the row wise sum. Okay. What you will do? You will use the same function np.sum for what? Data. Axis is equal to 1. Okay. When you will use here axis equal to 1, it means row wise sum. Okay. So this will be 6, 1 plus 2 plus 3, 6, and 4 plus 5 plus 6, 15. You can see this is the row wise sum. The sum of first row is 6 and that of second is 15. Then we have mean. Here we are using np.mean. You can use here sum of the same, but x is equal to 0 means column wise. First column, second column, third column. If you are using here mean, you can use any function, any operation, but for row wise or column wise, according to that, you have to fix the value of axis. So remember, axis equal to 1 means for row wise sum, and axis 0 means column wise. Okay. So you can see the first column mean, second column mean, third column mean. Okay, 1 plus 4 by 2, 2 plus 3 by 2, 3 plus 6 by 2. And these are the matrix operations, matrices and operations. So the matrices are generated by usual, as we discussed, a two-dimensional array. So matrices also two-dimensional array. Okay. So here you can see we are using in uppercase, and this is the way how you can write matrices. So this is the first row and this is the second row. Okay, this is the list of list, same thing, no difference. You can write in the single row also in this way. Okay, you will return the same value, control and enter, no difference. So matrix A, this is the next line. Slash n means next line. A will be the value which we write here will be in appear in the next line, because in the same line not possible. I means identity matrix. np.I identity matrix. We are using 2. Control. This is 2 by 2 order identity matrix. If you are using here 3 by 3 order identity matrix. I function is there. This is the zeros, same as we do in the array. So say for the matrix we have zeros means 0 matrix, other element will be 0. Here ones matrix. Okay, same. Here are the matrix operation. So array matrix, array operations and matrix operations are different. So for the addition, we have a plus b, but the size must be equal. Size in the case of array also must be equal. Okay, but here is 2 by 2 or 2 by 3. The order must be equal. Only the addition, subtraction, multiplication. For the multiplication, we have different condition. Okay, so here you can see this is the sum A matrix and B matrix, and this is the sum of the two matrix. We have this value. For the subtraction, you can see A minus B. Okay, and these are the, but here we have the element wise multiplication. If there are two type of the operations in the case of matrix, One is element wise and second is matrix multiplication. Both are different thing. So if you are using A product B, this is not the matrix multiplication. This is element wise multiplication. This is element wise multiplication. Okay, see, 1 into 5. 5. I can make it in more size. Yes, now it is clear, I think. Yes. So this element will be multiplied with the 5. Then 2 by 6, 12. And 3 with the 7, 21. So this is element wise multiplication. Okay. And here is matrix multiplication actual. And for that, if you want to multiply A matrix with the matrix B, then the number of columns in A must be equal to number of rows in B. Then we can do. So there are two different way you can do by using add the rate operator. Okay, by using add the rate operator, we can find out the matrix multiplication, or we can use dot product. A dot B. This is the, so both operation will return the same value. You can see. So either you will use this operation or you can use this operation. Both have same meaning. And for the transpose, we have already discussed A dot T. This will return the transpose matrix. This is the scalar multiplication, 3 product A. So you can use 3 dot A and 2 product A. Okay. Here we are using the scalar 2. See here. Okay. So this is the operation. 2 is the scalar. And in the next line, we have the output. C. And for the matrix inverse and determinant, you will use, this is the part of linear algebra. Okay, linear algebra is a specific library in NumPy, and we are using the same np.linear algebra. This is the abbreviation linalg. Okay, dot inverse. So by using this way, we can get the inverse matrix of A. Okay, so when you will execute, this is the inverse matrix of A. And if you want to get the determinant, you will have np.linear algebra dot determinant. So this will automatically calculate the determinant of A and return the value at this place. And if you want to verify, quite easy. What you will do for the verification? If you will do A product A inverse, this must be identity matrix. And this is there. And again, we all are familiar about the eigenvalues and eigenvector, and there are simple function in linear algebra, and both the values will be computed by using very simple function. You can see there will be two outputs, eigenvalues and eigenvectors. And here is the function which is inbuilt in NumPy, and this automatically will calculate eigenvalues and eigenvector np.linearalgebra.eig of A. So when you will execute, so the first one is the eigenvalues. This is the eigenvectors. See, these are the eigenvalues, and these are the eigenvector, first vector and second vector. Very simple. You can check it again. Okay, you can have any size of the matrix, but by using in this way, you can easily compute eigenvalues and eigenvector. If now we have very, very important functions. I have only about 17 minutes are left. Okay, but the operations which we are discussing now are very highly useful. So here we have a single array. How you can assess any element? Okay, so here you can see if you want to assess any element and the index of these numbers, this number index has 0, it has 1, 2, and 3. Okay, because index in the Python starting from 0, remember. So when I am using here A0, I am assessing the one element from this one. So the index is 0. A index 0. So this will return the first element. If I am using here 1, this will return second element. Second is 20. If I am using here 3, this will return fourth element. If I am using here -1, last element. If I am using here -1, last element will return. Okay, last two element will start from -1, -2, -3, -4. If I am using -3, 1, 2, 3, 20. If I am using here -4, okay, 10. Got the idea? So you will do practice on it. So here also I put the self statement. Okay, these are for the negative, for last. Okay, I uncomment this one. So from the last three element is 20, and from starting we have 10. 2D array. If we have 2D array, then how you can assess the element? See here, first row and second row, 2 by 3 order matrix we have. Okay, so here we have A00. First 0 is used for row, second is used for column. Remember, okay, first is used for 0, second first 0 is used for row, and second element is for column. So 00 means first column, first row. Okay, first row, first column. See, so this is the original matrix. This is the original matrix. So the value with respect to this one we have is 1, this one. And if you are using here 1, 2, 1 means second row, 2 means third column. This is the second row, and this is the third column. The value is 6. Okay, so in this way we can assess the element in when we have two-dimensional array or matrix. So these are the slicing. Okay, these are the slicing. You can uncomment, you can uncomment, you can uncomment. Okay, so you have to observe all these things, what is happening. This is A. A is array, one dimensional. We are using here 1, 3. Okay, so when I will execute control and enter, 1, 3. Okay, where is A? A is here. Okay, 1 means second element. Okay, and 3 means 2. Okay, so here you can see 2 elements are there. Yes, 2 elements are there. Second and third. Second and third. Okay, you will observe what is happening when you will apply these operations. So this column is, the meaning of this column is all the rows and column. So before comma, we are using for rows, and after comma, we are entering the values for column. Okay, remember. So when I will execute this statement, this will return first column. Okay, column means all the rows, all the values. Okay, one means second column. This is the second column. Okay, 2, 5. You can see 2, 5. If you are using this one, it means all columns, but one first row. Okay, you will manipulate these values. You will take here 2. You can take here 1. Okay, in this way, by changing these values, you will observe what is happening. Okay, control and enter. So here now we have second row. Okay, 4, 5, 6. This is the second row. Okay, this is the sub matrix. 0 to 2 means 0 and 1. Okay, 0 to 2 means 0 and 1 column. First row and second row. First column and second column. These element 1, 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 4, 5. See this matrix. These elements are extracted from this matrix. These are 1, 2, 4, 5. This is used for submatrix. Okay. Similarly, you can go through all these Boolean indexings are there. You can apply the filter. Okay. So according to that, this will return the values from the data set. So these are some scientific computing, just like you can see, this is the line space we are using from 0 to 2 pi. Okay, pi is taken from numpy. So this is pi. This is pi, mathematical symbol which we are using. So in numpy we have np dot pi, and 2 with the product with the 2. This is 2 pi. The meaning of this syntax is 2 pi. The interval is 0 to 2 pi, and there are 10 points. These are the number of the point. How many points you are taking in this interval? We are taking 10 points to plot the to get the values of sign. This is np dot sign. A is line space we pass here. So the values in B will be calculated on the basis of the values in which are inside A. So the length of A and B will be equal. Okay, so the values of B are corresponding to the values of A. And when you will execute, you can see this is the A vector and this is the B vector, these values. Okay. Similarly, we can have the operations just like mean, std, this is the array. Okay, mean is 3.0 and std is 1 point something. Okay, so these are some examples, applications, machine learning, signal and image processing, computational physics and chemistry. We can have linear algebra and matrix computations. And here is one example how you can calculate this example. 2x plus 3y is equal to 8, x plus 2y is equal to 5. System of linear equations. Okay, very simple. You are required to convert this system of equations in the matrix. So this is the A matrix, which will be the coefficient of x and y. Okay, 2 and 3 are the coefficient of x and y from first okay, first equation. Okay, and these 1, 2 are from second equation. 8, 5 are these values, and this formula np dot lin alg dot solve. This will automatically solve the system of equations. Okay, when you will execute, the value of x is 1, that of y is 2. So this is all about the NumPy library. Okay, so I have only 8 minutes left. So first thing is, if you have any question related to this file, please feel free to ask if you have any doubt. Yes. Anyone, please, if you have any question. Dr. Renubala, Dr. Kalpana. Okay. Praful Kumar Thakur. Praful sir, you are from Himachal. No question? Okay. Okay. Raipur. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. So all the things are clear. Okay. So now the thing is, when you have no doubt. Thank you, thank you. You are so intelligent. You are understanding all the concept which I presenting here. Okay. So yes. Within 8 minutes, what can I do for you? I can do very interesting part. That is okay. Very interesting. Jupyter Notebook. I have 6 minutes. Okay. 6 minutes are more than enough. Okay. Yes. No, it's wrong. I have here healthcare dataset. $27. Okay, let's start from this file. And this file we have 3-4 libraries. So many things we will cover by using this file. Okay. We will not cover the entire file, but some of the operations which we have discussed. And one more important thing is in this folder, we have this file, healthcare dataset. Okay, this is the CSV file. This is the dataset. Okay, so when you have the dataset in CSV file or Excel file, how you can import. So this part we will discuss here. I will take 5 minutes only. So here you can see we have several libraries and all these libraries are very essential. NumPy we have discussed already. And second we have is the pandas. Okay, so there will be some special session on pandas and matplotlib tomorrow. But here we have very small use of these two libraries. We will discuss in the more detail about pandas, matplotlib and seaborn. And this file is also useful for the coming session by tomorrow. Okay. So the NumPy we have discussed what are the purpose of the NumPy, and pandas we are using to create the data frame. And when we have the data frame, we can apply all type of the operations which are essential for statistical analysis, machine learning, to develop any kind of recommendation model. And matplotlib and seaborn both are essential to visualize the data set. Okay, so whatever we have the data set, whether it is in a CSV file or whether it is in the cloud, okay, for both are essential. So by using and pandas, we will use as PD, okay, and matplotlib.pyplot is PLT. So in the place of this name, we will use only its abbreviation. Okay, for pandas SPD, NumPy SPD, we have to remember 1 or 2 times when you will use. This will be automatically familiar to you. Okay, and seaborn is also library to visualize the data set. SNS, this is the abbreviation of seaborn library. So first you are required to run this shell to import the libraries. After that, you can see this is the dataset file. Okay, you can see this is the name, healthcare._dataset.csv. You can see here. healthcare underscore dataset.csv file. Okay, whether it is an Excel file or CSV file, both you can easily use here. Okay, so we are reading the file first, then we can apply the functions. So this is the way how you can read the file. PD is pandas. Pandas will help you to read the file. Also, this will create the data frame. So we are using here pd.read underscore CSV. Then you will put the full name of the file, including its extension. If your file data is contained in Excel file, then here you will use Excel and with extension here. Okay, so CSV file are highly useful because it can be easily used for data analytics. So most of the data scientists, including me, are using CSV file, and also in the coming days you will be habitual to use the CSV file. But if your data is in Excel file, you can easily convert in CSV file. Okay, so this is the way how you can read the file, and will store inside DF. Yes, everything we can do. Okay, so df.head. So when you will use this head, the first 5 rows of the data set will return here. So now I can execute and you can see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the first 5 rows, and all the heads are there. These are the head name, matlab column name, means these are the column name of the data set. Okay, so this is the entire data set. First 5 rows are there. So if you want to see first 10 rows, you can enter here value. By default, first rows will be there, and when you will assign the value 10, so first 10 rows will be there. 10 entries are there. If you will increase the number up to 50, so the first 50 rows will be there. Okay, now you can see these are the 50 first rows up to 49. Last index will be 49. Okay, if you want to check the last few rows, you can use here tail function is also there. Okay, these are the last 50 rows. Okay, you can see these are last 50 rows, but we are habitual to check by default only. These are the last 5 rows only. Okay, so you can use head for first 5 rows, and you can use tail for last 5 rows. Okay, shape function we have discussed. So df.shape. Okay, the same function which we use in the previous file, and same we are using here. So this will return the size of the data set. So you can see here 55,500. Okay, 5,05,500, and 15 column are there. These are the row entries. So the data set is very large. Okay, df.columns. columns. So this will return the head name of the variables. All the head name are there by using columns. Okay, so by using info, this will return the entire information about all the variables. You can see these are the entries. How many rows are there? Starting from 0 to 55499. Okay, this is the last column. Okay, total R we have this number. These are the total columns. These are the total number of rows, entries. And you can see the column names. And you can see the entries. All the dataset have equal entries, no null empty shell. Okay. And last column will say about which type of the data is there in each column. Okay. So name are the object, age are integer, gender, blood type, medical condition, all these are object, and billing amount is the float number. Okay, then integer and other are object. Okay, describe is very important function. Describe, by using single function we can get count, mean, standard deviation, minimum value, first quartile, second quartile, third quartile, and maximum value. So this information we can get by using only the single function. This is descriptive static. This is descriptive static. So this is all about the today's session. I want to close because the remaining part we will cover in the coming session tomorrow. Okay, so how you can use the file, how you can import. So when you will get this file, so this file must be in the single directory, in the single folder. Only then you can easily use the dataset which is containing in CSV file. Okay, I have shown you. So this is the single folder, healthcare dataset. Okay, so this file which I will share with you, the CSV file must be there. Only then you can easily use this file for your interpretation. Okay, so thank you very much to see the today's lecture. Now I request to Faiz, please. Uh, uh, if you have any question, please. This is all about the production because time is over. I have taken 5 minutes more. If you have any question, Naviyata Singh, Fatima, Kalapana, Renu Bala. Yes, please. Any question? Dr. Shyam Sundar, are you there all?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Nicely explained, sir.
Yeah, other things are fine. You go to
Fine, sir.
the.
Fine, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Very nice.
So now I request to Faiz, please, over to you.
Yes. As we conclude today's session, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to Dr. Meher Chand for delivering an engaging and insightful lecture on data analysis with NumPy and Pandas. Today's session provided us with a comprehensive understanding of how to work with structured data using NumPy and Pandas, from array operations and data manipulation to reading external data sets, handling missing values, filtering data, and performing group by and aggregation operations. We explored the complete workflow of data analysis. The hands-on exercise with the Iris sales and student datasets gave us valuable practical experience and demonstrated how these techniques are applicable to solve real-world analytical problems. I encourage everyone to revisit today's examples, practice with different datasets, and continue exploring the powerful features of NumPy and Pandas. Building confidence in these libraries is an essential step towards mastering data science, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. I would like to thank all participants for your active participation, insightful questions, and enthusiasm throughout today's session. Your dedication and eagerness to learn continues to make this workshop both interactive and rewarding. Thank you all for being a part of today's session. Have a wonderful night, and we look forward to welcoming you in the next session of the workshop.
Thanks, dear participant, and good night. Tomorrow we will resume the meeting at the same time. And all the content which I present here will be available in your WhatsApp group just after the meeting. Thank you and good night.